Absolute pandemonium here at the end of the Bears-Vikings game. Here is where I want to start off. So you see the Bears are returning a kickoff. The Vikings just kicked the field goal to make it 27-16. It's now an 11-point game. Doesn't look great if you're a Bears fan. Only a minute and 52 seconds left, and Chicago is out of timeouts. They really needed a missed field goal is what you're probably thinking here. But hey, you have time left. You might as well just play it out, right? Who knows? Well, first, you're going to get a great kickoff return. I think this really helps set things up. It doesn't quite go to distance, but gets pretty close, gets you to about your opponent's 40-yard line, which, okay, now you have a chance here. Let's see if we can score relatively quickly. Well, you're going to see Caleb Williams on this one. Makes a really nice play, is able to find Keenan Allen in the end zone. They also go for two here. They're going to convert this one as well. Again, nice play by Caleb Williams, but pausing it right here, look at the clock. It took too much time off the clock, right? Only 22 seconds left. You're not in a great spot, and you need an onside kick. I mean, this game is essentially over. But hey, as I keep saying, might as well play it out, right? Who knows? Maybe something crazy happens. This is going to be the onside kick attempt. It's interesting where you look at how Chicago is playing this, how they're, they have a bunch of guys lined up towards the top of the screen. It seems like the idea is let's kick it relatively, slow right here. And the second it gets past the 10-yard line, then we just, kind of all go for the ball at once. We got a numbers advantage when we do that. Well, you see that this ball actually, it's not a great kick right here. I mean, there's a couple things going on. It's not quite fast enough. They wanted it a little bit slower. It's not quite fast enough for the Vikings player. He could just pick it up right here and you have the ball. The second you pick it up, the Bears can try to take it out of your hands, but if you just fall on it, you're good. Instead, this Minnesota player is essentially just trying to blow up the convoy of Bears, the special teams players trying to make this play, which I kind of get the logic behind, but you have to be aware of where the ball is. He isn't aware of where the ball is. The ball hits his leg, and then a Bears player is able to fall on it. It doesn't go 10 yards, but it doesn't have to because it was hit by a Vikings player first, and all of a sudden, Chicago has a chance. But going over here, as I said, there's not a lot of time left. Chicago didn't score that quickly, so when Caleb Williams takes the snap, there's just 21 seconds left, and they're out of timeouts. I mean, they really only get one chance to make a play happen. And looking over here, I don't know exactly what happens here by Minnesota, but they let a guy get completely through here, DJ Moore, who got to give him credit for running the route, but that's not the way that, certainly not the way that the Vikings drew it up. That gives the Bears a chance. This is that chance, and it's from around the same spot where we saw a field goal get blocked earlier in the game, where we saw a field goal get blocked last week in a game-winning situation. This is a game-tying field goal attempt. And this one at first looks like it's going to go wide. It almost looked like a hooked left. I think maybe the wind, he was playing with the wind, knowing you got to kick it a little bit more towards the left. Wind takes it towards the right, ends up going right down the middle. And in a game that was seemingly over, all of a sudden we have overtime. But now we got to go over to overtime. The Bears win the coin toss. All they need is an opening drive touchdown, and Sam Darnold won't even get to touch the ball, after he led the drive to get them up 2 scores, which would be crazy. You see right here, this is the issue, though. It's a 2nd down and 9. Caleb Williams has already held on to this ball for a while. He can flip it to his halfback. His halfback's calling for it. That maybe could go for some yards. Instead, Williams does the thing he's been criticized for this season, takes the sack, which ultimately results in essentially killing the drive. They don't really have a chance there. No real thing you can do left other than trust your defense. That's what they decide to do. After they don't convert on 3rd down, on a 3rd down and very long, they decide to give the ball back to Minnesota. But Minnesota has a 3rd down and long. It's a 3rd down and 10. You get a stop here, you get the ball back, you only need a field goal to win. You're still in an okay spot. But here's where Sam Darnold comes in. Darnold has gotten some criticism the past couple weeks because he hasn't played quite up to the standard he played at the beginning of this season. But in this game, he was on fire, and especially in overtime. Watch here, you're going to see him look towards Addison and fire towards Addison, is able to convert that big 3rd down and 10. A couple more plays to Hawkinson. This one converts a 3rd down and 11, which still definitely helps. And then this one, which gets you all the way, not just in field goal range, but in relatively chip shot field goal range. They try it right after and convert, and the Vikings somehow survive. And despite the miracle finish for Chicago, they're finding ways to lose games, right? I said that last week, and then they lose in this way. But give credit to the Vikings for being able to stay calm and still make the things happen they needed to have happen in overtime, despite that crazy ending in the 4th. Before I go, I will mention that I do have a movie channel. If that seems like your kind of thing, I do have some, movie reviews and some other kind of general movie topic videos up there. So if that seems like your kind of thing, the link is in the description below. The title of the channel is Jackson Kruger Movies.